This is the case of the missing chicken. Was there foul play? She was missing for 2 whole days and then all of a sudden she was there. Let's do this thing. Hey guys, Elizabeth, curly haired country gal, and Dune Bubba. So I had hoped that today I would be able to paint with the kids, working on some of these horizontal hives that I got from Dr. Leo Sharashkin's workshop this past weekend in Kabul, Missouri. The kids are actually watching a movie because everybody's kind of under the weather, but I'm going to be working on staining these today, and I figured I'd catch you up on some of the crazy stories that happened. So I already told you in the previous video about the tale of the 3 blind mice. This is the case of the missing chicken. Was there foul play? You see what I did there? Now I think this one actually may have been stained already, but I can't quite tell, so I figure, okay, no harm in sealing it again. So anyway, Saturday I was out in the orchard most of the day with the kids working on some project. I don't even remember what it was. All the chickens were accounted for, all was well. Now on Sunday I went up to the orchard as usual to collect eggs and check on the chickens and feed them, and one of them was missing. Now I don't know about you, but I still have a manageable number of chickens, so I'm actually able to kind of keep track of them, and I have different colored chickens. So I know that I have 11 hens up there. Then all of a sudden the roosters are going nuts. So I know there's the 6 Orpingtons, plus there's 2 Wyandottes, 2 Rhode Island Reds, and 1 Buff Orpington. So I go up there Sunday and I count them and I realize the Buff Orpington is missing. Now that made me really sad because last year in 2021, I actually had a 75% loss of my chickens, whether it was because of snakes or sickness or hawks. It was a bad year, so I'm really wanting to improve that by quite a bit this year. So I was sad to see that one of my buffs was missing. I looked all over. I looked all over the orchard. I looked all over the food forest, which is in the orchard. I looked all around the property. Sometimes the chickens come up to the house when they get out of the orchard and are missing. So I looked all around there, couldn't find the buff. And I sadly came in and told Jared the Buff Orpington's missing. I just spilled my stain and I had to get new stuff. Oh well. So that was Saturday. Sunday came and went. I went and looked all around again for the chicken. Didn't see her. We had lost another one earlier this year in this side pasture that we have. She had been jumping through the fence and then going over there to lay eggs. So I went and was looking over there. No sign of her. So Sunday came and went with no Buff Orpington returning. Monday, same thing, came and went. I did my classes, looked for her when I could, couldn't find her. Then Tuesday came around and I went up there, counted the hens like normal, and on the way back, something kind of caught my eye in the food forest as I was walking. And I look over and there's this plastic container that's upside down. That's not unusual. But there was something inside of it. And it was this clear container, but I could see inside something tan. And I realized it was my Buff Orpington. So I run back to the orchard, turn the fence off, run into the food forest, and I find her there. And it's the one that had been missing, and she was underneath this plastic container. And it must have been for all day Sunday and all day Monday. And just the crazy thing is, I was in the food forest and I was around there and I looked everywhere and I just did not see her or this container. It was so weird. So I checked with my kids and I asked them, hey, you know, were any of you like trying to play with the chicken and you guys decided to put her under here? All of them adamantly reassured me that they hadn't put the chicken under there, but it was just so weird. I don't know how she got stuck under that, if like the wind blew at just the right time and caught her. And I don't know why she didn't get back out, because it's not like it was that heavy. She probably could have, but I know chickens aren't that smart. So it was just so wild. But I was able to run inside and excitedly tell Jared, I found the Buff Orpington. She's still alive. Now, when I found her, she looked terrible. Her comb was all bent over. She looked noticeably thin, which was alarming. And I tried to get her up to the food, tried to encourage her to eat and lure her, kind of bait her with some food, but she wasn't super interested. But she was alive. Now the great news is I went and checked. I went and checked on her the next day, and her comb looked much better. And then the next day, her comb looked better still. So she seems to have made a full recovery. I'm so happy that she's still alive. I'm still very puzzled about how she got stuck underneath that white container. How she got stuck under the white container, why she didn't get out from underneath the white container, and how I missed it. But she's still alive. The chickens are laying eggs, and I think she's one of my 5 layers right now out of the 11, which is awesome. So the case of the missing chicken is resolved, I guess, and yet still kind of a mystery. Hey, so thanks so much for joining me. I'm glad to get you caught up on some of the exciting adventures we've been having around here recently. Hey, if you've enjoyed this video, if you could just like it down below, I'd appreciate it. That'd be great. And feel free to follow me along this year as I start beekeeping and try to keep these chickens alive. Whew. Thanks for joining me. Bye.